Queen's Park Rangers kick off. They're much improved, really on something of a roll since Don Howe has assumed responsibility as the first-team coach here. Effectively, he's the manager. And he's re-established morale, which took a little bit of a battering in some difficult days when Trevor Francis was in charge of the club. But Nottingham Forest haven't been at their best since they qualified for next month's Littlewoods Cup final. And Brian Clough has been issuing through the media some fairly stern warnings to his players that heads might roll and Wembley places shouldn't be taken for granted. Rice, nice touch. Carr. All the early signs here are very promising for this match. Already players on both sides full of great ideas, and the willingness to shoot epitomised by Sansom. And that was an effort that looked destined to find the far corner until Steve Sutton flung himself far to his left to reach it and just pour it past the post. Clough. Jemson and Pearce through the centre here, giving Queen's Park Rangers a problem. Carr. Tricking Sansom. Oh, it hit Jemson. Oh, and Pearce has skied it from the edge of the 6-yard box. And he played an energetic part in that attack, the Forest captain, and very nearly rounded it off. He'd strode forward as he loves to do and then found Franz Carr. Sansom had to be careful here not to trip Carr. If Carr had gone down, it might have been a penalty. The cross was whipped in, and then Pearce, on his weaker foot in truth, hit it into the crowd. Rice. Gaynor may have made something for himself here. Parker, the extra man is Laws, who loves to shoot from outside the penalty area. Brian Laws, who aimed for that top corner. And for a moment, it looked as though he would find it. The ball arrowing well away from the dive of Seaman, but it kept on rising. And it was a fine effort from the fullback. Very close indeed. Walker. So much for Forest comes through Nigel Clough when he's really on top of his game. Dispossesses Sansom. Rice gives the ball though to Paul Parker. And Sinton embarking on a run. Help from Wegerle. Oh, and Sinton's got it back again, and he scored! Well, if you haven't seen Andy Sinton before, Steve Sutton certainly has. There was an indication there of why he's moving closer and closer to international recognition. He ran at Forest and then realised there wasn't a way through the first time. Wegerle drove it back in again. Sinton collected and slid it beyond Sutton. An excellent goal in its construction and in its taking. Nottingham Forest start the second half a goal down. Their last 3 games, a 3-0 defeat at Arsenal, a 4-2 home defeat by Coventry, and a disappointing 1-1 draw at Charlton, where they were lucky to avoid defeat there. Their performance hasn't been faltering really in this match, but they've got to hit back from the Andy Sinton goal that they conceded after 26 minutes. Pearce trying to do just that. For a 2 to his left. Oh! Underside of the bar, is it in? No. It was a magnificent shot. But Ron Groves believed it didn't cross the line. We have the benefit of another look. Seaman totally beaten. Parker. Wegerle. Well, at the moment, Nigel Clough playing on the left-hand side for Forest, with Gaynor pushing up front with Jemson. Parker, Clark. Back with Wilkins. McDonald. Wilkins. Rangers trying to put their passes together now, as they did in the first half, and it's Paul Parker! Oh dear. He's not scored in the league since his move here from Fulham, and that was a wonderful opportunity to change that. It was a very patient move, but it had a lot of quality in it as well, particularly that last flick by McDonald. One defender finding another, and Rangers might well feel they should have been 2 up. Bardsley. It's with him again. Parker, actually, as he was fouled by Clark, he did well to squeeze the pass away. Rangers trying to come again with Sansom. Rice has won it back for Forest. Clough dispossessed by Parker. Needs a player outside him. It's Simon Barker. Parker's got another shot on here. Has he got his goal? No! Everything but. He really is such an exciting young player with speed and brain. But taking chances is, I'm afraid, bottom of his list of attributes. Well, he could have had a couple in a couple of minutes. Walker. Gary Parker. Wilkins lunged and didn't get there, and the referee helped Queen's Park Rangers then. It's just a little change of direction, of deviation on the ball that suited Wegerle. Wegerle, who was born in South Africa and learnt his football in the United States. There has been talk of him trying to get citizenship of the United States to take part in the World Cup. Doesn't look likely, though. He's married to an American girl. Sansom, by going for that, made sure that it was a Rangers throw. Wilkins steered it on for Barker. The outlet is David Bardsley here. Oh, well, Laws didn't have to go for that, but he needed telling. And there was no Queen's Park Rangers player within 10 yards of him. And he very nearly put it past Steve Sutton and indeed collided with him. Well, a message from the manager. Barker. That's good control by Wilson. And he was really just trying to be ambitious for his side. It was knocked back by Laws, which made Sutton scurry. And Wilson tries again to trigger off an attack that might bring an equaliser. Terry Wilson quite comfortable in midfield, but they've lost the ball now, and it's Bardsley to have a run at Pearce, and maybe a shot at goal. It's a little clip ball across the face in the end. And it was deflected. That was the verdict really given by the linesman. So it's a corner. "20 minutes left, and it's still 1-0 to Queen's Park Rangers. Barker. Oh, and it was very nearly two for Wegerle. Sutton flung up the arms and kept it out. Sharp reflexes really from Roy Wegerle, who was loitering in the middle with real intent as Barker hit the volley and angled onto goal but not into it. Sutton saw to that. Don Howe is bringing on Mark Falco in place of Colin Clark, one striker for another. Falco, who was the top scorer here last season, but he had first of all back trouble and then more recently a knee operation. Well, Sutton went for that, more troubled by the sun really than by the opposition. And it's a corner, taken quickly by Queen's Park Rangers. Wegerle, Sinton, McDonald, oh, and the save from Falco, who very nearly made a sensational arrival. Alan McDonald guided it back superbly. In went Falco, and Sutton kept it out, but only just. Oh, and it's Barker with a free strike. Simon Barker, it flew in. And that might well mean the 3 points for Queen's Park Rangers. And Simon Barker is having a splendid spell in terms of goal scoring at the moment. It was inviting for him, and he really accepted the invitation with relish. Sutton didn't have a prayer.